Speaking up yellow belts.
16 centimetre tumour on my right kidney.
I just wanted to. Oh! She's making my blood boil thinking about it now.
Frustrating. The president would like to talk to you.
I will call the police myself. Yes, I did it. He's lying here on the floor. Wow, you can't just say that and then move on.
Yeah, the old saying, the bogeyman's coming.
Yeah.
These people do exist and they're real warriors.
Welcome back to the C-RafTy podcast. We're back with a special guest and we are going to be talking about men's health today.
Our guest today is Arif Kokkaz of Ultimate Force clothing brand. I've known this geezer for nearly 40 years. Looking at him, you could tell, really. Not looking at me, though. Hey? Arif, pleased to meet you, mate.
Thank you guys for having me on the show. It's a great honour and pleasure to be here.
No problem. We've got a serious issue to talk about today.
Oh, yeah.
It's about men's health. It's about men's health and the fact that most men, we just don't tend to ourselves, do we?
Right.
What's that about?
We die first. Most likely to die early.
I've been looking at some stats about men's health and I was really surprised at some of the things I found out. Like, for example, what would you say was the leading cause of death in men?
Suicide.
What was it?
Stress.
Yeah, heart disease.
Is it?
Heart disease is the number one. Suicide, under the age of 45, that is the number one killer.
I knew that was high.
I was so surprised when I found that out.
In men.
Yeah, in men. Under the age of anything from 0 to 45, suicide is the number one killer.
That's awful.
That's terrible.
That's proper awful, yeah.
And then from 45 to 85, it's heart disease.
Probably due to men not looking after themselves.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that is the number one.
No health. Not taking care, not training a couple of times. I'm not saying you should go over all of your training, but do something a couple of times a week just so your body doesn't seize up.
Yeah.
Keep it going and be careful what you eat. That's all.
Why do you think men are less likely to go and seek help or tell someone they're not feeling good?
From day one, it's a macho thing, isn't it?
It's a match. Absolutely, it's a match.
Stop crying, be a man.
Yeah.
That attitude, and that comes from day one of your being on this planet. And everybody involves himself in that same thing. It's like, man up.
Yeah.
That's why we hear that all the time, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Are we allowed to say that anymore?
Oops,
Yeah.
is that a forgotten thing to say? Forbidden thing to say?
Yeah. But that's what's always been said.
Yeah.
It's almost like you can't say that today. That's almost considered toxic masculinity today, but that is how everyone was raised.
Yeah,
Man up,
exactly
deal with it.
Yep.
Yeah. Rub some dirt in it.
But I think a lot of our family and friends rely on the men to pull through. That's like a strong anchor, so they look up to, whether people not like to admit it, but they look at the men as soldiers to get on with it. There is comfort, protection, bring a bit of money. It could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
A father figure, in any way, shape or form. So we've got that stigma on us already.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do?
It's all about for yourself, though. When did you start looking after yourself? Oh, in fact, when did your current situation rise?
In 2024 in March, I started getting a lot of pains in my back. Didn't know what it was. My chest, my ribs were coming out of place. Every time I was eating something, my stomach was coming out. I said, I couldn't understand what.
All right, let me cut in here and say something. This guy comes from a martial art world. So would you say that because of the martial arts, you just suffered the pains because maybe you thought they was to do with the martial arts?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So you just suffer it, you just get on with it. I had a couple of deployments to protect my president of North Cyprus. I kept training. There was a couple of things going on.
Well, you can't just say that and then move on.
Yeah,
you was protecting who?
That was big. Let's rewind.
All right. I think you need to give people a little breakdown into your martial art being.
I was protecting the president of North Cyprus, Ersin Tatar.
Yeah.
So I work with his team that come over and I get invited to go over to do some joint training and to work with his teams.
So we're talking proper martial arts.
There is no, you cannot mess around with what I do.
Yeah.
There is, when people say it's life or death, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was prepared to die, still having to protect my president. It's not messing around. It's no dojo stuff. I've done martial arts for years, but I went to live in Asia.
Yeah.
First Western ever trained with the national team in Indonesia, so it's a complete different ballgame.
What form of martial arts is this?
It's a system called Pencak Silat. So you've got the sports version and you've got the Bugis Makassar. You heard of the old saying, the bogeyman's coming?
Yeah.
These people do exist and they're real warriors. Obviously, you get to learn the healing side of things as well. Learn to do medicine, healing, put people's arms back into place, which you're potentially hurting someone, not deliberately, but accidents do happen.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm sparring with someone, my duty is to make sure he doesn't get hurt. You spar in a certain way that you can touch him in a certain way.
That's not what you said to me when you gave me a back kick.
But you can
I've been on the end of one of his kicks.
But the thing is, Raf, you look at yourself, someone like yourself, it's old school.
Yeah.
Okay, I got hit.
Yeah.
You won't get angry with it.
Yeah.
Why did I get hit? Well, I need to change my position. But you hit me. There is no maliciousness in it, is it?
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah, it was different back in the day. It was completely different.
So did you guys train with Master Williams together?
Oh,
Yeah. The days when he was scared to come into class. It was silent.
It was not.
You could hear a pin drop when you come into class.
It was,
oh, he's here again. Oh no, it's going to be a nightmare class.
God. But the craziest thing is, I wasn't frightened of sparring with the black belts. It was the less, not being disrespectful.
The junior grade.
The junior.
Is that because they don't know what they're doing and they might hurt you during training because they're not?
Yeah.
They might accidentally hurt you in sparring.
What happens? You actually react quick and you knock them out. You don't want that.
No, you don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
You're just evil.
I'm only joking.
Beating up yellow belts.
On the end of that.
So listen, Mr. Williams, like Mr. Williams' class, you had all different sizes, different characters. Yeah, but there was no hard feelings when you left the class. There was all that. There was a brotherhood there. That was the difference, you know.
So we come from the days of being you had to be fit, right?
Yeah.
Right. So then, when did you become unfit?
I think when I was going for my divorce, I think that took a toll on because not from splitting up from the wife. I don't give a shit. But I couldn't see my daughter.
Okay.
I think that was affecting me a lot as a man. She's a daughter. They need more protection than boys, I believe.
100%. I agree with that.
You understand?
Yeah, it's different. It's totally different. Yeah.
It's completely different. So that was my biggest gripe. I think that got to me a lot. That was away from my daughter. Dying tomorrow, I ain't got a problem with it. But when you've got kids involved, especially youngs, they need nurturing and need protection. So, yeah, that really, really got to me. Then I woke up, said, if I'm not fit one day, I'm my kid.
Right.
Yeah, that was my biggest fear. Who's going to look after my kid? So we have to do some kind of training. Whether it's martial arts or keep fit, cost fit. You've got to do something on mental well-being. It's that simple.
Okay.
You know?
So did you stop training for a while?
I stopped training because I was in so much debt because of my ex-wife. The amount of money she borrowed on debts on the house that I was paying more than what I was renting. It was hard work.
Mm-hmm.
I was working 24/7.
Yeah.
You put on weight. You're coming up 6 o'clock in the morning from doing. So you got a normal job. Then you go and do doors from 8 to 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was doing that for quite a few years.
Yeah. I remember you doing the security. Yeah.
Did it take a toll on me? Yes, it did. Then I clicked up and I got to start training. Started training more and more healthier, look at my food diets. Yeah, you have to look after yourself.
And you got into nutrition as well.
Nutrition, big time. Supplements. Yeah, you got to take nutrition. You got to take some kind of balanced stuff with it. You know.
Do you think nutrition is just as important as training?
They work hand in hand. One without that doesn't work that great.
Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, they have to work. Both. You got balance of both of them.
Mm.
Because when you're training, you're burning yourself out or getting tired, or your muscles rip from training. You know, getting tears. So you got to have some kind of supplements to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this country, we don't have enough sunlight, do we?
No. It's miserable.
It's
Grey.
It's grey and cold.
It's grey. It's grey and cold. So your bones that you get knocked from years ago. So you have to take some kind of supplement to help you, especially as we get older. After my operation I've had recently, I'm cutting a lot of people out. A lot of people take.
He keeps giving you little tasters, doesn't he? Operation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had a 16 centimeter tumor on my right kidney.
Wow.
It was like a small rubber ball. So I come back from deployment from Cyprus. I basically got doctors. This ain't a joke no more.
Mm-hmm.
I went, I'm getting a lot of pains in my back. It's killing me. And went to get my prostate cancer. They come out clear. When they put the camera up your rear, that come out good. I went, thank God for that.
Did it come out?
Yeah, it did come out.
They didn't leave it in there.
Yeah, thank God for that. When they were doing it, I was watching them going,
Oh, you can see it on the camera?
no.
On the screen?
I felt uncomfortable and putting something up there. I'm looking, I'm like, it's amazing. So it was all clear. I went, thank God for that. But 2 weeks I went there and ultrasound.
No, you went,
yeah, because you were high on drugs, and it's had to sustain you slightly.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy. So then I had ultrasound. The guy goes, he's looking, I go, what's wrong? I said, listen, what's wrong? I mean, there's a lump in your kidney.
Wait, before you tell us about that, how long had you been in pain before you took notice of it?
I think it was about, in total, looking back, about a year.
Oh,
A year until I
you suffered the pain.
just got on with it. Because I was doing things, people depended on me. I was in security festival, Turkish festivals, you know, diplomats coming over. A lot of things that I had to take care of. But looking back at it now, my health will come first. If I dropped there tomorrow, I would look after my daughter, you know, all my friends and my family, my network of circle, like you guys. You know, if I look at you as my family, like I've always said that, like, your kids were ever in trouble, but you know, to phone call where I went. You see, you've got that. You share the same blood and sweat and tears. You get beaten up, and you see where I'm coming from. It's completely different. So it was about a year. Ultrasound, when I come out, I had some tears in my eyes. I went, shit, this is serious now. I best go doctor. So they went to see the doctor. They put me in an emergency pathway. So come September, October, I had a CT.
We're talking October, just gone.
Yeah, October 2024.
Yeah.
I had a CT scan. You could see it properly. It was big. It was sitting on my right kidney. I went to see the doctor. I said, listen, let's not mess around, doctor. At the time, they didn't know what it was. They wanted to do, what do you call it?
Biopsy.
And I went, nah. Because if it is cancer at the time, and I didn't know it was cancer at the time, will it spread? I went, no, because I've heard a lot of stories, that's what you can imagine. I went, nah, just cut the right kidney out. I said, where's the problem? Because I like you, Mr. Kokkaz. I went, listen, I'm very proud.
You told them to just cut the kidney out?
Cut the kidney out. I didn't answer them. I said, you do it. Cut it out. I'm giving you permission. Just cut the right kidney out. Got another one. There's nothing on it. So everything's tested well.
Okay.
Just cut it out. Where's the problem? I've got two. I'm lucky. If it's a lung, then I'm in serious trouble. I've only got one heart as well. So you got, let's just cut it out. Let's not mess around. So I kept nagging them. So December I got hold of them and go, listen, 2nd of January, your operation, get ready. I went, listen, if you want me to come tomorrow, I'm ready to rock and roll. I just wanted the thing out. Because it was just so much pain, I couldn't eat. I lost weight. Not because I felt sick or anything like that. It was just, I couldn't eat. You know, so yeah. Then I had the operation on the 2nd of January this year, 2025. It was meant to be a keyhole. But what happened with that was they started doing the operation and the tumour was hitting against my liver. And I think the robot that was cutting the tumour and clipped my liver. So they had to stitch up my liver, put 2 stitches. They said to me, you're okay, it's no problem. What they did, they went to emergency.
You showed me.
Open scar. So I got 53. I had 53 staples to keep my stomach together. They cut me inside. Am I lucky to be alive? Yeah, I am. But the way I look at it, it's a small price of life. But I got another chance at it. And I only found out. So I'm going to carry on with that. I was in ICU for 5 days. Intensive care, the machines and everything, just to keep me alive. They put stuff down my lungs, so I wouldn't get no water in my lungs. And all these machines around me. I wake up and go, all this stuff. I said, doctor, why my stomach? And he goes to me, we had to cut you open, sir. I went, oh God. I went, I'm lucky to be alive. That's why.
So wait, where was the tube? In your nose or in your
tube? Goes
your nose?
Goes down to your, to get all the blood out. They put everything, something I too, for the painkillers, I was Oxidane. It's more powerful than morphine. That thing, I was seeing things. I didn't understand at the time what I was seeing. It was crazy. But they put 2 wires into my stomach as well. And like electrical wires.
Yeah.
And I had one painkiller like came to my arm as well. So every time I hit it, I was moving. Yeah, that was just 5 days. I was just, do you want to walk? Do you want to walk? I said, yeah, give me a couple of days, let me walk out. They're trying to probably get you out of the bed.
Yeah, yeah.
But my second day of my operation, after my operation, doctors come and see me, see how I'm getting on. I said, sorry, doc, I've got to take this call. I said, I've got to take this call. It was my team leader from protection team in Cyprus.
Mm-hmm.
The president would like to talk to you. I went, wow.
Do you know where you are?
Huh?
He knows where you are when they make this call. I know you're in hospital.
Yeah, he knew. Because my team leader said to him, your guy from London is in
hospital.
He's in hospital. Listen, he's the president. Don't have to ring me. But it shows the gratitude that I'm willing to die for my president.
Yeah.
So, listen, son, you're strong. Keep your head up. If you need it, just let us know. Saluted him. You know, he's the president. Yeah. Get a call from the president. You're like, well, that's it. It made my day. Yeah. After that, I put the phone down. The doctor says, who else is the president? Who are you? I said, I'm a bodyguard. I'm there,
who are you? Who we got here? Who's this geezer? After that, we just stitched up.
I'm on the phone to the president.
It was crazy. I got looked after so well after that.
Yeah.
You're thinking, wow. But the ICU was amazing.
Yeah.
Even like when at night when they shut the lights, you had little LED lights in the corridor. It was relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
After the 5th day, I said, listen, give me a Zimmer frame because I could feel my back pulling was where they pulled me about and everything. And I said, listen, let's walk up and down. I was okay. I went to the main ward for 3 days. My God, that was depressing. That was just, the people weren't positive.
Yeah.
You could feel the energy. Yeah, nurses arguing over when they're changing over. I'm thinking, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, looked about going to private for a couple of days, but that was like £1,200 a night.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, let me hang it out. So when some visitors were coming, I was at London Royal Free Hospital. They had the M&S down there, restaurant and everything like that.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. I said, what time do you want me to come out? I said, give me Zimmer frame, I'm going to get out of here. So I had guests coming to see me, like people, friends and whatever it was coming to see me. And 3 o'clock, I said, we're back at 3. I said, God damn, people to come and see me, take me, I took it in turn, slot everyone in. It was, it made nice. You know, it just, you can only have 2 people to walk. It was absolute craziness. But, and when I left the hospital, got a box of chocolates for both wards for the ICU, gave it to head nurse, and I bowed. Thank you. No, because they looked after me. I can't thank them enough, and I gave the ward nurses as well. I can't thank them enough, you know. But what they liked about me, I was positive. I never thought negative, anything like that. I'm going to get through this no matter what, unless God wants to take me. But I did. The funny thing was, in March, April, I was starting getting these like dreams on reminiscing about, one day I might get sick. I went sleeping pot. I thought, what if I die tomorrow? What's going to happen to my family, my kid? So maybe something was trying to tell me then. And I should have listened to it. But it was never late, you know, another chance at life. So,
what's recovery been like?
I can't. So my first 3 weeks, I can't sleep. I only started sleeping in bed after 2 months. So it's been what?
Where did you sleep?
I had a reclining chair.
Okay.
I made it really comfortable. I can't sleep on the side anywhere like that.
You can only sleep on the side.
I couldn't sleep on the side.
Okay.
I can't sleep like that in the bed. It's really weird.
How was that, pulling on the stitches or something?
I think so. When I'm getting up and it was.
Oh yeah, your abs,
cutting through the muscles. So, so that was right. But I only started getting after 9 weeks. Just recently, last week, I've got back into it. Maybe, but I still take it easy. I put pillows around hold my stomach up, it stretches a bit. But I had 23 clips removed. First one down there. 2 from the keyhole. There's still some left there because we come out next week. That night I went home. After I went home, and I was injecting myself for a month so I wouldn't get blood clots. Yeah, it was quite those socks to keep so I wouldn't get any blood clots. It was quite every day I had to change and put them on and injecting myself for it. No, I felt a bit. I think something wrong here. I could feel something. It was wet. I went to the bathroom. Bench it went. Blood was pouring out. Put the key off. I went shit.
Through the keyhole.
For the keyhole.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I went, shit. At the time, I thought, I'm gone here. As a man, I tell you, that was a scary fucking thing.
Yeah,
I thought I was gone. I went, shit, I'm in serious trouble here.
Mm.
I grabbed the towel and I control my breathing down slowly. Through the breathing years, through the Penjac Silat. I control my breathing down. I got my heart rate low. I put pressure and I rang the ambulance straight away. I said, listen, come, blah, blah, blah. They were with me in about 6 minutes, so it was quiet. I told them what it was. I said, how did you do it? I went, I just controlled it. My breathing. They sort of put a bit of glue on me.
Yeah.
Then you couldn't put clips on it. I said, if it gets worse, we'll pick you up and take you to hospital. But I thought I was a goner with that. Oh, shit, man. I had to hold it like that. But where I've been cut before on duty, I've dealt with it.
Yeah.
But this was a different thing. I'm thinking, oh, God, a lot of pain. Then a week later, I had the other lot out, but this lady's hand was really, and at the 53, I only felt about 2 or 3 that were ding. It was really good. It was like staples.
Yeah.
She was ding, ding, ding. She's talking to me. I went, oh, that hurt. There's about 3 of them hurt. That's about it. My recovery, I'm still can't eat much. But what I did for 6 weeks, I got a pair of crutches and I was walking after the second week from home, so I got rest. Second week of being at home, I started walking up and down the road, just slowly walking. I had to try. The sun was pulling me down like this, so the crutches were, to help me walk. So you've got to do your own physio. You've got to look at stuff because the hospital won't give you nothing.
Yeah.
You can't rely on them. That's what I did, just slowly walking around. Hopefully this week I can do a bit of light training, like stretching and that.
Will this be your first week training?
This first week we training. A couple of weeks early, but it won't be lifting heavy, nothing like that. Stretching, getting, because where I lay beside, where I've lost muscle, my bones, even my rear, I can feel my bum hurting.
I know that one.
Because I've lost weight.
I know that one, don't I?
Yeah. So you look at it, you think, okay, but it's just, I've lost weight. I was 90 kilos, I come out, I was 86 kilos, but I just couldn't eat.
Yeah.
It's just so bloody tight.
Have they put you on like a restricted diet or anything?
No, I've asked them. But because my diet was good anyway. In like, when I saw the doctor in November, they said to me, I strongly advise you to stop training. I went, okay, because I don't want to interrupt whatever you got there. So, okay, I had to listen to him. But whatever they threw at me on the operating table, they said I responded. Imagine if I wasn't fit. What would happen?
Yeah.
Some kind of health regime I had in place.
Or if you had a negative mindset.
Oh, that is the key. I didn't have a negative mindset. Let's go and do this, doctor. But even when I had a couple of tears in my eyes when I went to the operating theatre where they were preparing me, and I said to them, listen, tell the doctor that, thank you for operating on me. It's their job, but I want to say thank you. And I had tears in my eyes. He goes, what's wrong? I said, I know. I said, I got a feeling there's going to be complications. I said to him, I said, I got a feeling. And it was. But again, I said to him, listen, I said, whatever happens, my daughter was on her way. So I kept it away from everyone. I didn't want no one to worry about me. As a man thing, I'm a man, I can handle it. Had some tears as a man, I'll tell you that. I said, listen, tell my daughter I love her very much. When I'm making it. You're going to be all right. I said, just tell her that. You don't know, you can go.
Yeah.
But I responded everything. I responded to everything that was going on. So mindset, first and most of all, and being healthy. You can't imagine if I wasn't, I'd be in serious trouble. It was listen, that what I went through, it took me by surprise. Like when I'm with the president, I got the mindset, I'm ready dead. I'm prepared to die. When I had the operation, didn't expect it. It was really weird, but I accepted. I had the operation. It's over now. Why did I have it? I'm thinking, why did I have it? But I couldn't get around it. So yeah, I'm starting back this week slowly. Slowly. A couple of weeks ago, I went to do another checkup. I think 2 months. Yeah, 6 months. I said, doctor, what was the results? He goes, you had cancer. I went, what? I had cancer? I was angry. I said, that thing was living in me.
How dare it?
How dare it? You know, it was crazy. It's absolutely crazy. When I had the operation, I went, shit, it happens.
Yeah.
But I was just, what?
Mm-hmm.
Goes, well, you upset? I went, yeah, I'm angry. That thing was living in me.
I get that. I tell you, I
You see what I'm
understand that.
saying?
Yeah,
It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's a rare type of cancer that hits the kidney. They don't know what causes it, but that's what it goes on to it.
So are you fortunate that it was only one kidney, or is that how it works?
It's one kidney. It was one kidney, so I was very lucky. The other one, thank touch wood, it's okay at the moment. But do I need to take extra precautions? Yes, I've only got one kidney. I'm drinking a lot more water now, you know, come back on certain sweets. I still like my biscuits, as you know, my tea. But that because I don't drink or smoke.
Yeah.
I don't take drugs and all that, so it's completely, that's my little pleasure. So it's a rare type of cancer, kidney. I survived it.
So you don't know how long you had that growth inside you?
It must have been a couple of years. Like even the doctor said, how did you put up with it? I said, doctor, I honestly don't know.
Do you know, when you say things like that, it just makes me think that it had to have something to do with the martial arts. Because you take, for example, Mr. Williams, who you just mentioned.
Yeah.
He had a burst appendix for a week, and he thought it was just a tummy ache, and he was just walking about. It was only because it ruptured why he went to the hospital. And they said, by rights, you should be dead. They had to take all these organs out, wash him out, tuck it back.
Yeah.
And same thing like you, he went in with a positive attitude.
You had to.
You know what? I was talking to my mate the other day. It's not as severe as that organs, but he's been walking around on a broken foot for 2 months. He went to the doctor and they said, "Oh, you've got some sort of a sprain or pulled something." He went home and was like, "Okay." Carried on. 2 months later, he's still in agonising pain. Went back and a different doctor said, "Oh, your foot's broken, mate." So it's not as serious as organs, but same sort of.
Yeah, you just
put up with it.
You just put up with it. But it's, again, it's mindset. I could only just get on a bit of pain. I strongly advise everyone, especially men, get some kind of pain, look into it, don't ignore it now.
Yes.
Imagine if I left it alone.
Do you know what? I've got stats on that. It's incredible that when we get in pain, we completely ignore it. I'll be all right. We expect it to fix itself or whatever, but we just don't deal with it. And I've got some stats on that. Let's get some up for you.
What do you think all that is? Is it all being a man, like macho, or like is it embarrassment? What is it? Why ain't men getting checked out?
That's two things there you hit on.
I know. I can speak for myself when it comes to the hemorrhoids. That that's pure embarrassment.
Yeah.
That's all that is. That's why I ain't gonna go and check. But that's been severe to the point where I was supposed to have surgery and that. The only reason it didn't happen was because they kept longing the surgery off for like I'd have a date, and then when that date came, a few weeks before that date would come, I'd get another letter saying it's in 6 months, and then closing up to that date, I'd get another letter, it's in 6 months. That went on. It extended it for like 2 years, and over those 2 years, I got better. So then I just thought, well, I don't need this no more. But
you covered nearly every reason as to why men don't get themselves sorted. Abbreviated. Don't want to talk about their health. That's the first reason. It will get better on its own. Yeah. Wasting time and money. Don't have the time. Worried about the embarrassment of the examination. Those are the main reasons why men don't get themselves sorted.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's incredible. So let's get yourself sorted. What's the matter with
that behaviour that they call toxic masculinity, like just deal with it, be a man, man up. Literally saying man up.
Well, I'm actually wondering whether or not the generations that are growing today, would they avoid seeing a doctor as much as like our generations? Because I mean, parents today are a lot softer, a lot more accepting, a lot more willing to listen to their kids' aches and pains and pampering them. We never got pampered.
Oh God!
You got a clap around it.
Oh God!
Stop worrying. Get up! Stop crying.
My mum left me with a broken wrist for that a week. That literally happened.
That's how it was. It's like a kid falls over, and dad will go, don't say anything. Don't say anything, because he'll start crying. That's all right. Oh, run it off. He'll be all right. So now, what I'm saying is that sort of attitude towards that changing, because if that does, as you grow, maybe then you won't feel that that need to hold back.
I believe it has to change. I believe it has to change.
So we don't have to be so macho with our kids no more. We shouldn't be so macho.
Shouldn't be, but at least you're the alpha male.
Yeah.
Man, you need to know alpha male, but we have a duty to our kids as well. There is a problem, and that's why you've got a mother. It's called Mother Nature, so you've got to balance with it. So,
I still think there's a balance though. I don't feel like we can totally get rid of acting like a man.
Right.
Like, I feel like you still need some sort of like, you know, brush yourself off, get on with it.
Toughness.
You still got to have a bit of that, yeah. I feel like it's too extreme at the minute, to the point where men are avoiding going in and getting themselves checked and whatever. Even mental health, men won't talk about mental health or anything.
Yeah.
So, but I still think you've got to keep a bit of the deal with it. You still got to be the man in a way. If you do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, you do.
Yeah,
you do. You know, it has to be like that, because you've got to be careful of the generation that gets softer.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be very, very careful. Because if something goes wrong, if they're in the confrontation, they have to defend themselves. If you get a knock, they'll stop. Nah. When you smile, you get a knock, you carry on because you're going to get your head kicked off. You're not a joke. After you finish, you rub your wounds up.
Yeah.
You know?
But are they like that these days? Kids ain't like that these days.
See, one of my favourite sayings is strong men make easy times. Easy times make weak men. Weak men make hard times. Hard times make strong men. And the cycle continues around and around.
So where are we?
We're at the time now where it's
easy time.
It's too easy now. So now all the men, everyone's just growing up hella soft because life is too easy now. And then they're just growing up soft.
Yeah.
These soft people are then going to grow up and create a more difficult world, because they're just, you know, and then that difficult world in years to come, another 30 years down the line, that difficult world will then create the next strong generation, because they've grown up in a difficult world.
But what happens in between that generation? It's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very dangerous, that generation. You've got to be very, very careful with that.
Yeah.
You know? Listen, I'm lucky to be alive. It is what it is. But the crazy thing was, some people didn't value me before.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden they hear about me on operating theatre or going through this situation. As my friend said, goes, your value's gone up to gold now. It's really weird. Some people that reached out to me, I was like shocked. It's just like people that
Who was connecting with you?
Connecting with me, they wouldn't be my life anymore.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, huh? Really? Saying they love me, they miss me as a human being, whatever it is. But didn't appreciate me back then. The last couple of years, didn't appreciate me. All of a sudden, they thought I was going to die or something was going to happen to me. They come out of the woodwork.
Party, innit?
Yeah, party.
They heard there was going to be a party.
Yeah. So
what happened to him? Yeah, when's the party?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I'm making light of something.
you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something men do too much?
Make jokes.
What you
about
just did there?
it.
That exact thing. Is that exactly
Maybe.
what you just did there?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that, but is that exactly what we were just talking about? Making light of that
Yeah,
situation?
we do, don't we?
Yeah, just listen.
Or is that an English thing? Is it? Would you say it's a worldwide men thing?
I really
or-
don't know. It's definitely an English thing.
It's almost like
Western.
Yeah.
Western.
Western,
Yeah.
because, like, for example, hanging
It's like
around.
saying if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So
Yeah,
It's the truth.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the truth. You don't laugh,
Yeah.
you're not crying.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I was saying like before, let's come on, let's go, what's going on? I've got things to do next couple of hours. But I had to make light of it.
Yeah.
And they took warm to me, you know, after when they knew I was looking after a president. Like, I was looked after right. They were talking to me about life, and I was good. But say thank you for everything they've done for me, you know. I was doing everything myself. Obviously, they had to help me with certain things I couldn't do.
Yeah.
But thank you. I appreciate it. You know, they get paid for it, but thank you. And so when I went and visited them recently, just to say hello to them. Hey, dude, don't remember? I said, I remember you. They say, hey, guys, I'm getting all right, you know. They remember that, not just a sick patient. You know, and they said, we wish you had more patients like you that got mental, but looked after themselves. Because some people not even looking after themselves.
Yeah.
It's scary. I said, like in the second part of the ward where I was for 3 days, I went, I've got to get out of here, man. This is depressing.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm not a lot of bollocks, man. A lot of crap.
The mental side's as important as the physical.
Yeah. It's very important. Like, I put my mindset saying, I'm going to do some own. I don't need anyone. You do, you're not. No, I cannot have thinking, I rely on you, don't turn up. I'm going to do it. Down there, even though it's me jumping the fucking cab down home.
Yeah.
I've got no qualm about I'll jump on the fucking train. I don't give a shit. That's the way I look at things. going back to where people starting to really appreciate me now. It's really weird. All of a sudden, people, it's quite scary. But some people should realise what they had.
Mm.
You know, had me as a human being back then.
Mm.
I felt a lot of people were like, I ain't got a problem. But get them to help me now. Some people ain't pulled through. Will never believe in me.
Mm.
I always pull through.
It's done.
It's the mindset.
You've done really well.
Come back, I still smile, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tell people I tell people I had cancer. I mean, listen, if you're gonna cry, don't talk to me. Be happy. I'm alive. What's the problem? Give me a hug. You know, if I can inspire people to kind of get some check out and have that positive mindset, I've changed the world in some way. You understand? You've got to be right. If you wouldn't have me in your house, if I wasn't positive, if I was a negative,
I don't want him in here. He keeps coming around.
Yeah, I just want a cup of tea and business, right? Annoy him. Right?
No, I hear what you're saying.
You see where I'm coming from? You cannot, as we get older, you cannot have people, whether it's family, friends, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, whatever it is, your kids, don't have negativity.
No, you're right.
If they don't want to roll with you, bye-bye.
Yeah.
It's that. I know what I'm bringing to the table as a human being. So whether it's relationships, friendship, family with my family, I know what I'm bringing to the table.
Yeah.
If you can't match that energy, then it's a serious problem.
Yeah.
I will not because I've seen death. I was on the end of it, so you see where I'm coming from. So
I do.
You know?
Yeah. You done well.
Listen,
that is some scar you got there. I've seen it.
It's not.
No, they're easy target now. We don't want to turn into an X-rated. You know. maybe give us a picture or something.
How it's down to there.
Yeah, it's massive.
It's massive. Yeah. But as I said, it's a small price of life.
Do you mind us putting a picture up?
Yeah, I'll send you the picture. I have no problem.
Probably have to put a little warning on it or something.
Yeah, just listen. It's not to scare people.
No.
It's to help people.
Yeah.
We can save another person's life, man. We've helped someone. Humanity, regardless of what colour, race, religion, sex is the sex.
So if you had paid attention to the pain at an earlier stage, you wouldn't have that massive scar. It would have been just keyhole, wouldn't it?
Possibly keyhole, and they could have saved my kidney. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
So if you think about it, what do I go away and learn from this now? I have to go away and learn.
Pay attention to all your aches and pains.
Aches and pains, something ain't right, okay?
Especially as you get older.
But, as I said, if you train regular, don't have to do it every day. Now, sparring, whatever, change it every other day, change it. Just do something in your life.
You're not doing anything at the moment, you're just relaxing.
I'm relaxing, so I'm going to start this week, slowly use the treadmill and the cross trainer. Nothing heavy. Yeah. I'll do the press-ups, squats. And I don't think I can do the pull-ups. I'll be pulling.
Yeah, you've got to watch the abs. Yeah,
I've got to watch the abs. So
the press-ups hurt because you're gonna have to squeeze in your core.
So what I'll do it against
the wall,
a bench.
Okay, yeah.
Just because when I've lost the muscles, it has to. I have to start loosening. I do a bit of stretching so when I go into it, it's called periodization training.
Yeah, okay.
So you've got to this first couple weeks rehabilitation. Next week is the basics. The first stage of it could be the hardcore stuff.
Yeah,
that's what athletes do. I should train the athletes in that. So, but you have to. I'm getting very itchy. I know I've got to be careful.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
You've got to be careful. Because I don't want to rupture something. I've got internal bleeding. Yeah. Then I'm in serious trouble. But you've got to be positive. I tell people, I can. So what? I'm beating it. What's the problem? Just get on with it. I said, is there worse people than me? Serious.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
That's what I smell. So every day I get up and say, God. In Arabic, alhamdulillah, thank you for waking. And I say, God, thank you for waking me up today. Which is just because I had some bad thoughts when I was at home. I thought I'm going to wake up tomorrow. There was all that. That's why I was laying. I thought it's just ever going to end. I've got to keep positive. I've got to keep positive. So after that, when I thought it was bleeding, I thought I was a goner. As a man, I tell you, I got scared. But what's going to happen? Again, I think about my daughter, or the people I love. People can, like I said, talking about value. People that do want to be in my life.
Yeah.
Whether they block me or don't see me, I'm moving up. People will see me on social media, and you all got to keep me seeing me. I'm going to keep moving forward. It's that simple. Because my brain is ultimate force.
Yeah.
It's about my life, what I've experienced, close protection. The ultimate force that everyone's got it.
Yeah.
But it's how you use it. So that's my symbol there.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate force. It's the force that's in us. It's the outward force. The only person who can take you if you believe in God and not God is, if it's God, if it's your path to go. To me, it wasn't my time. I went, God, thank you. I'm grateful. I speak to someone. How you doing? I say good morning to people. How you doing, man? I walk past when I was in the ward. I speak to people. How you doing, man?
Do you see life differently now?
Yes.
Is it like a new lease of life?
Yeah, it's a new lease of life. As I said, I won't put up negativity. If you're not rolling with me, or you don't want to love me, or you don't want to be with me as a human being,
go along.
If I die tomorrow, I said I've protected my president of my country, North Cyprus, Ersin Tatar. It's the greatest honour. I've achieved something at the highest level I can go. You can't go no higher than that. So, how many people do you meet? You think this guy protects the president? It's the highest level. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm proud you have my friends, my brothers. You understand? Yeah. I share that journey with you. But, it's part of my journey. See the difference? You share. You see where I'm coming from.
Respect to that.
But Arif, when I finish, I am just Arif. When I'm on that mode, because last time I was with their sharpshooters in Famagusta. That's a scary thing. Obviously, you're looking out for potential threats. It ain't a joke. They say a distracted soldier is a dead soldier.
Okay.
So make sure if you're distracted, you've got to switch off completely different with it.
How long do you reckon you're back on presidential detail?
I'm looking to go back out in Cyprus in possibly May.
Wow, May? Soon.
May.
It's just up the road.
Huh?
It's just up the road.
That's good, isn't it?
Okay, I believe you. I reckon you could do it. If anyone could do it, I reckon you could do it.
I need to go on the fire. I need to go on the firing range. I need to practice. To get my license. I need to go on the firing range. But you still got to keep your hand on it. You understand? You still got to. Then obviously I'll go back in between August as well. Hopefully it'll be coming over next couple of months as well, because we've got a festival coming. It'll be coming over, so you've got to look after them again. So there is pressure, but I think that's what gives me a goal. You've got to have a goal in life.
Okay.
To wake up.
It's a goal. I hear that.
Do something. You've got to set yourself little goals each year. That's what I'm going to do. How do I make my workshop better? How can I get my social media better? These little things you've got to. How can I make? People say, "I've got to make money." One thing I've learned from a friend of mine, right? He got this advice from a black cabbie. He was meant to do 8 to 12 hours, right? Then he extended to 16 hours. His old man said to him, "Why are you borrowing tomorrow's money?" Do you understand that? Why are you borrowing tomorrow's money? So if you've done 8 to 12, you're meant to, and you do 16 hours, why are you doing extra 4 hours? You extra time for the next day. So you're borrowing tomorrow's money for tomorrow, aren't you? Start fresh. So you do 8 to 12 hours as a cabbie. Right. Start again. You got your fresh. You made your money, a little bit of money. Don't borrow tomorrow's money. You're overdoing it. Something could happen with it. That's a good saying, isn't it?
I like that.
Don't borrow tomorrow's money. Why do you want tomorrow? Don't borrow it.
So basically, don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself for the money.
For what?
Tomorrow's a new day. Wait
sense.
Till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do tomorrow.
I think it's a great.
I like that.
Friend of mine,
Yeah.
But obviously, with my rehabilitation, I got my osteopath, Ben Lodo. He's the one that rebuilt my hips as well.
You're a bit of a bionic man, aren't you?
I've had 2 replacements. That's years of probably juddering from the career system. That shouldn't have been done because not. Judder. My hips were a bit not developed when I was younger. Maybe who knows? Who knows? 2 hip replacements. Prolapse this and this now. But again.
Mindset.
It's the mindset.
Still there.
I'm still here. Thank God.
So, are you having regular checks or anything?
Yeah, I've got another CT scan in about 8 weeks' time.
So, what about future? I mean,
so to see if anything's reappeared.
Yeah.
As far as I know, the cancer's left my body. It was on the tumour. The tumour was on my kidney. Yeah. But we need to check
to make sure it don't affect the next one.
Or affect my body anyway. Yeah. But I will have every 6 months check now.
Okay.
I will pay for that.
That's where I was going, yeah. Every 6 months.
I will do that. I will not mess around. So if you can catch something earlier, deal with it. Whether we like it or not, you have to deal with it.
So before all this happened, what was your routine with the doctor? Because they say you should have a yearly check anyway, shouldn't they? Did you do that? Was it like you go to the doctor when your arms fell off?
Yeah.
That is it?
Yeah. I only go to the doctor once a year.
Once a year?
And that's just because of Katina, and that's only for the prostate to check. The blood supply.
But as men, we have to.
I've only just been registered the last 2 weeks for the first time in like 4 years.
Jesus.
Really?
Yeah. I don't ever go doctor. I literally have to be dying.
Young
But
man,
this is all hitting home. I won't lie.
listen, young man, let me tell you something. Learn from my experience.
Yeah, I am.
I don't wish to hurt anyone that's gone through what I've gone through, but learn from my experience.
I'm paying attention.
Go and get yourself checked.
Yeah.
Quite a few people rang me up, Arif, we've got ourselves checked out. I'm happy. I've achieved something. My story is not to get famous. I don't give a shit about being famous. I'm behind the scenes with the president. I don't give a shit. But if it helps save someone else's life, guys, please do it. Go and get yourself checked out.
Right now, there's a big drive to get more black guys to go and get themselves checked for their prostate. Yet, prostate is not the #1 cancer killer, is it? It's a lung disease.
You've got lung cancer?
Lung cancer is the #1
of men.
Of men. Prostate is second. Lung cancer takes out 20% of men.
What's prostate?
11%.
I actually thought it was prostate.
And
I thought prostate was like the female breasts for female breast cancer, and then males was obviously
no,
not.
Why
it's
did you
lung
say
cancer.
that? Because when I was in the ICU, they said to me, Arif, while you're up, breathe. Every hour, breathe. I said, why? In case you get infection in your lungs. Shit myself.
Yeah.
Even when I got up at night, just sitting there breathing, just to get everything, get off.
Yeah.
My oxygen levels a bit low.
Well, the good thing is that you don't smoke, because
I don't
maybe
smoke.
you would have
I
been
don't drink,
susceptible to that.
Yeah, I don't take drugs either. So, as I said, if I wasn't in that way inclined looking after myself before, what could have happened? The odds were really against me.
Yeah.
That's why I call it the odds are against you. I looked at the odds were against me because I didn't know it was cancer at the time. But they said, we're going to treat you as a cancer patient. Get on with it. I went, okay, let's get on with it. We get it. Put me on there. Let me have the operation. Come on, doctor.
Come on.
Do you both think it's the same with mental health, men's mental health?
Yes.
Exactly the same.
I think it is. Bruce, we're holding. Did I go through a bad time with my not seeing my daughter? Yes, I did. What kept me doing the security work, that kept me busy. I was in a lot of debt to my ex-wife. Yes, said it. It's the truth. But my daughter's going for university. I've got to make sure she's okay.
It's just as important, isn't it, really? Especially when you see the statistics with suicide rate.
Yeah, well, the mental health is definitely one of the reasons why men must top themselves. Because, I mean, under 45, and the number of people that kill themselves is
There's
number
a new
one.
movement. I can't remember what it's called, and it's annoying. I should be able to say it right now, but it's something to do with, I see it recently on Instagram, and it's to do with the building trade specifically, and they start talking about, because they're talking to like builders and whatever, the number of people in the trade that top themselves every single day. But it's
Wow.
Yeah, it's like making that even smaller and focusing just on the building trade, and the number of people that top themselves is through the roof. So now, like a bit like the van theft thing and like all that, they're doing the same sort of thing with construction and suicide in construction.
See, now you mentioned the van one. You sent me something recently where the guy was going to run him over, and I was just reading the story, but because I've been there myself, I've been there 3 times. It just made my blood boil. But I know I'm at the stage now where if I was on the street and I just happened to see someone in my van helping themselves, I'm not shouting out, I'm not calling nothing. I'm going to run and I'm going to cause harm and I'm going to take them out, or they have to take me out. And if they're taking me out, I'm taking one of them with me. That is my attitude now, because it's the mental torment. I mean, I'm feeling great today, right? But 3 times it's happened to me. And the last time I just wanted to, he's making my blood boil thinking about it now.
Frustrating things in life.
Right, and I'm just thinking, just as he's talking about, just the building trade on its own, that mental torment. So now, if we magnify that and put that worldwide, the torment that men go through, and then they bottle it, hold it in, because I'm a man. Men don't show emotions, I'm a geezer. No, it's about time. I think what we need to do is we need to express ourselves. We need to stop manning up. If you want to cry, man. Let it go. Do you know what? When I used to teach in Wood Green, in the Cypriot Centre. Yeah. Remember them days? And when the kids would be sparring, and some of them would start crying. And I used to tell them, if crying makes you perform better, cry, get it out, let's go. And they go, they'd be screaming, but they're still fighting. They're still having a go. So what I wanted them to do is not bottle it. Don't hold it in.
But that's the energy. You've got to bring it out.
Let it go. Let it come out, man. Don't hold on to it.
Energy or fear or crying, it might move you quicker.
There you go. It's a bit like when you key up or when they lift weights and it's that extra, because apparently that's supposed to increase it by 10%.
Yes, it does.
See, so we need to learn to express ourselves more, not
holding the pressure.
Yeah.
It releases.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's really
the mental torment is major, but I don't think it's seen as that.
Because it's invisible, isn't it? And it's even more invisible. Men don't talk about it.
I think there's a lot more emphasis on mental health now, especially workplaces now. But I don't know about the building trade, that's your trade.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe you guys could set up some mental building well health or something, a union or something like that. You know, that they can come to you and talk to you about it, or not talk to you about. You can. Do you know
what? I think that's kind of happening, because I mean, you've got things like is it On the Tools? What's that?
Yeah.
What's that movement now they're doing where they're all driving up into Parliament every year now? They're driving up into Parliament and blocking their Parliament Square because they're fed up having their tools stolen. And
I missed it the other day.
Was it again?
It was on the other day.
Oh no, I'm gutted.
I was like, what? I didn't even know about it.
See that? Nah, I'm gonna get on me social, and I need to big that up, because I would have liked to have been part of that. I'd have had my music blare. I'm happy to block the streets up. What? I would take a day out just to jam up the streets.
So why do they do that then?
Because they're trying to get the government and the police and whoever to pay more attention to tool theft. Because there is no reason on this planet why you should be going to the boot sales and seeing.
Oh, there's loads.
Tool builders, tradesmen don't get rid of their tools to that degree, and not working tools.
That makes sense.
So now when I'm done with my tools, I pass my tools down to him. If I'm going to buy a new batch, I'll pass them down to him, or I'll give them to somebody. You don't sell them to down the boot sale
to their death. It's died, then you go get new. So
there you go.
There's no need for a second-hand tool market. It literally shouldn't exist at all.
No.
Tradesmen don't buy second-hand tools.
And yet you've got all these boot sales everywhere.
Yeah, now it makes sense.
So now tradesmen are they can't cope with it anymore. They're getting mad. They're getting angry.
And the thing is, if you have your van broken into and the amount of stuff stolen, you could be talking $1,000, $5,000 upwards. And that's the sort of thing that, in the worst situation, could drive a man to suicide.
There you go.
In your world.
Once it's happened to you a number of times, especially.
Yeah, and then you call the police and they come out and they don't do nothing and you get nothing.
Come out?
Well, they don't, they tell you they're not coming out. And then you call insurance, and then insurance tell you they're not paying you out and all that, and your van's mashed up, and you can't work.
It's really getting bad. It's getting worse.
It's really.
I will call the police myself. Yes, I did it. He's lying here on the floor.
Took appropriate action, minimum.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
let it go, son. Let it go.
Yeah.
Sure.
It is. But the thing is, now we're talking about tool theft. But what about another subject? Men not being able to see their children. That's another one to drive you to distraction, isn't it? And there are so many different subjects that affect men's health, mental health. But again, we sweep it under the carpet. Oh, you're a man up, man. It's all right. It's not a problem. You can deal with it. No, you shouldn't have to deal with it. You should be able to express yourself, get it off your chest, and it go away. Otherwise, you're bottling it, and it doesn't go away. It's a bit like if someone gets on your nerves, right? You see them at work, someone you see every day, they're picking. So they do something really minor, absolutely. And then one day they kick your table or they tread on your foot. All those, yes, you explode, don't you?
Yes, right.
And or you explode on an innocent person, and they think, geez, what's wrong with you? Yeah. It was that other geezer that you really wanted.
Because people don't see that what's going on.
Exactly, it's building. It builds.
That you want to let loose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we need to find a way. We need to learn to express, de-stress. Don't hold on to it. For me, martial arts is great.
Oh yeah,
martial arts is great because I go training every night and I'd get it out of my system. But my mental torment today is the tool. That's the other thing that in my life right now that I would say would push me over the edge and it would have to be that kind of a situation where,
but this is your livelihood that feeds your family.
I wouldn't be one of them, oi, get out. No, I'm coming, Drida, and I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah, don't alert them.
No.
Get up to them.
You best be in, out and gone, because if I get to you, you're not going. No. You'll be lucky if I don't chuck you back in, lock the doors and drive you home and then put you in the freezer. I'm telling you. Yeah, I will eat you. I will. Oh.
I don't want to give you ideas.
Yeah, go on.
I heard something about 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
This is a true story from a friend of mine. I'll tell you where it's come from.
Yeah.
There was burglary happening in a certain area. Right? This young boy burgled someone's house. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The owner come back.
Yeah. Go on.
All I'm saying, nicest words I'm gonna put, he put them in the cellar and he said,
They played it in.
"Baby was mine for 2 days." He was kept comfortable. That's the nicest way I can put it.
Oh, he let him go after 2 days.
He had the dress on his some ID on the young boy.
Okay.
He kept that.
Oh.
Animal burglary.
Yeah. I'm coming for you. Yeah.
Stopped.
I kind of get that. I get that it stopped because I was in a cinema once.
That's the nicest way I can put it without incriminating anybody.
Yeah. I was in a cinema once in St Albans watching. I can't remember what the film was, but there was these kids came in and they was blowing through the straw.
Yeah.
I had one sitting here and they was all over the cinema, being little shits, right? And it was, and I could feel it whizzing past me, and I'm thinking, oh, for God's sake. You're looking, thinking, Raf, just watch the film, let it go, let it go, let it go. And I thought, nope. And the boy's sitting here, I tapped him on the shoulder. What? I said, if your mates don't stop, I'm going to punch you in the face. 30 seconds, it was stopped. No more, that was it, it was over. So, whoever your mate was, I like him.
I cannot confirm or deny. That's what I heard through the grapevine.
Okay.
But does it work?
I bet it does work. Yeah, it worked, yeah. And the thing is, you can't just say it. You have to have serious intentions. I swear to you, I have serious intentions. Please don't ever let me be in that situation because I don't really want to go and start counting tiles on the wall of my cell.
Horrible.
Yeah, anyway, back to men's health. All of this is to do with men's health. It's your mental.
There's a lot of mental stuff.
Yeah, it
All the
is.
stuff that they
Make
have
you
to deal with.
blow up.
Yeah.
It's crazy, all of that.
Mhm.
It really is crazy. I'll tell you what's funny is somebody that done me mentally was once got me in trouble. It got me chucked off the job. I was a foreman on a job in Tower Hamlets, and we had this big geezer come on, and I told him what the score was. I said, listen, you come in here, you do this, you know, ABC. Everyone's nice. No one's on your case. You have a nice little job. We all were working harmoniously. Music's playing. It was a massive warehouse. Anyway, come back 20 minutes later. He's rolling up a fag. He's got his pouch on. He's rolling up a fag, talking to the painters. So I poked my head in the door. Said, don't forget to. I went off because I don't want to spoil my mood. Same thing you were saying about not having negative.
Oh, I want part.
Anyway, so come back 20 minutes later. 40 minutes gone past now. He's still rolling up another fag, talking to the painter. I said, sorry, but don't forget to. Yeah, I will. All right. Oh, his tone's changed a little bit. He's getting a bit tony, you know, there's a bit of bass. Oh, Raf, let it go. Let it go, Raf, let it go. Go and do some work. So I've gone off again. 10 minutes later, so now 50 minutes. Come back. I'm looking and thinking, he done nothing, you know. He's still on that same spot talking to the painter. And now he's holding up the painter. So I've gone in and I said, mate, I asked you to do, you ain't done it. When are you going to, no, you want it done, do it yourself. I thought, oh. And you know, I really had to feel, I thought, he's shouting at me. I don't know what to do. What shall I? Honestly, I'm thinking, I don't know what to do. Where do I take this? So I was walking out. I was going to walk away. I thought, I don't want to get no politics because it was a nice job. I had about 12 men under me. Anyway, I'm walking out. Now he's feeling a bit, because he's a bit hench. He's feeling, yeah, I'm going to let him know. Yeah, and he come out, follow me in the corridor. That's what he's telling me. So I listened. He's giving it to me in my ear hole.
I've got this bad feeling that something's going to happen there.
I was hot in my martial arts in them days. He's giving it to me in my ear hole. And now it feels good because he's had his say. And he went to walk away and I grabbed him by the arm. I said, don't go. I haven't had my say yet. He's going, get your hands off. Get your hands off. I said, or what? What you going to do? I'll tell you what. Take your best shot. I said, go on, take your best shot. And I saw him clench his fist. I see his right fist. He clenched it. And he went to swing and I just put my arm and I went crack. And I hit him on his nose. Ooh. You know when you watch them cartoons and they run through the wall or there's an explosion and it leaves a shape? That's exactly what happened. When I hit him, I busted a vessel in his nose and the blood was and it was like when he ran and he held his nose and I hit him in the back of his neck and he's run out into the corridor. I go, come back here, I ain't finished yet. Anyway, long story short, I had to come off the job for a week. So he spoiled that running. But the thing was, that's what I'm saying. It was that I didn't know what to do with those emotions. someone's come on and spoilt that nice, comfortable situation we had, and it's like, what do I do with
That's
this?
bringing negative
Yeah,
energy into what's going on.
I talk about the negative. If it's not harm working with everybody, if we've got a nice little job, once the work get done, I'll leave you alone. Where's the problem?
Yeah.
You talk to him, keep to him, but it's the negativity that people bring.
He looked at me and he thought, he's only a little geezer. What can he do? Oh, I was ready to eat him. I would have eaten him. Right, so men's health.
Yes.
See where it branches. Men's health branches into quite a lot of things, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It goes to a lot of things. Because
I mean, look what we ended up talking about. Yeah.
I could dive so deep into that child thing. Like, I've heard things like, for example, when my latest child, TJ, she's coming up to 3, when we went and done her birth certificate, I was asking a lady like a couple of questions in there and all that. And the things I learned, if a woman don't want you on the birth certificate, you're not going on it, full stop. You ain't got a right, don't care if you're the dad or not. Listen to this, right? This makes no sense. If you get with a woman, say you get with a woman now who was married, separated, whatever, going through a divorce. You get that woman pregnant, she gives birth. If when she gives birth, the divorce hasn't gone through, so she's technically still married to the other person because the divorce ain't gone through, that person can demand to be named as father on the birth certificate. Yeah, sounds crazy, doesn't it? Fact, woman told me.
Do you know, but there are some things, I'm the kind of person, I would go to jail on a principle.
Yeah, same as
and
me.
That's exactly the sort of thing that
Same
would
as
make me go to jail.
Same as me.
Mm-hmm.
What? No, you can't.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How many kids you got now, mate?
4.
Remember that. You're not around, I'm not being disrespectful. Who's going to look after your kids?
Mm.
There's got to be an alpha male. Which more when the kids are around. Alpha male needs to be around.
Yeah, can I tell you an unusual?
Go on then.
Something unusual that I came across. I'm just trying to lighten it a little bit now. It's one of those weird facts. 39% of men die at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Why?
I don't know. There's a study. Yeah, there's a study by the National Library of Medicine, and they've got what time they died and of what they died. Now, I didn't bother going into what they died of, but it just tickled me that 39% of men die at 10 o'clock in the morning. So 9:30, get a cup of tea, don't watch the telly, sit down, and don't move till 10:30. What is that? 39% of men die at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to put all these stats up on the podcast so you can see for yourself. But it's crazy. Well, why would that be? Third biggest killer of men, being married.
But that's not even a joke.
No, it's not true. I'm lying.
What are you doing? We're talking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. Don't give me mental.
That was not true. No, the third biggest killer is accidents, as we said. Not accidents, suicide.
Yeah.
Suicide.
I think that's
the third biggest killer. Yeah. And then life expectancy for men. The longest is Asians. Expected to live.
As in like Oriental Asians.
Yeah.
Japan.
83 years, Japan. Yeah.
Japan.
Then Hispanics.
Yeah, Mediterranean.
Yeah, they live to 77. Then white men, they live to 75. Mm-hmm. Then black men, 69. Mm-hmm. There's probably a lot of contributing factors, but I think the main one is because our food is salty, sweet. We love all salty, sweet things. Even all the fruits and stuff that grows in the Caribbean, sweet, delicious.
Mango.
Yeah. Everything's sweet. I'm not even talking about how you're supposed to live, because it's definitely, that's in there somewhere. But yeah, mad, eh? Mm-hmm. And then married men live longer than single men.
Married men
live longer than single men. The main reason for that is the wives make them go and get themselves seen to.
There you go.
That is the main reason.
So I think when you're on your own, you don't really care.
No, you don't, and you don't pay as much attention.
But when you've got a partner, a loving partner,
she wants to keep you around.
She's got
to have someone to nag, isn't she?
I cannot confirm or deny that one. But it's true.
I should have left that stat in there, shouldn't I? Yeah. The geese on their YouTube said.
People will go away and do that as well.
The third biggest killer of men is married. Oh, the fuck. Married men, number 3. Oh, no.
Jim, I'd like to thank you personally for inviting me. It's good to talk and get my story, and if it helps.
Thank you for telling your story.
It's a pleasure.
I think we should dive deep into mental health one day, man. That is a subject where that opens up so many
it
avenues.
opens up so many things.
Yeah.
Thank you, Phil.
Let's do that.
If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, Ultimate Force Official.
There you go.
And one word I would say, everyone, may the ultimate force always be with you.
We'll put that all on the screen and whatnot for you.
There you go.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's been a great pleasure. Thank you, gentlemen.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Ta-da!